Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udiraye. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu Nityaṁ bhāgavata-sevayā Bhagavati uttama-shloke bhaktir-bhavati naistiki. Ārādhyo bhagavan vrajesha-tanayas tadhāma vrindavanam ramya kāchitupāsana vrajavadho vargena va kalpita. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam pramanamamalam prema pumartho mahan. Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhur matamidam tatradhara napara. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namini. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, thank you for joining. We are reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 46. Uddhava visits Krishna. Sorry, Uddhava visits Vrindavan. Krishna is in Mathura at the moment. Uddhava has been sent by the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna himself. And we read till text 29, where we were discussing the state of Nanda and Yashoda, how they were constantly in the fire of separation of the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna, and constantly meditating, remembering, thinking about the wonderful pastime of the Supreme Lord was just very, very difficult for them. Uddhava speaks from text 30. Shri Uddhava Uvacha Yuvam Slaghyat Yuvam Slaghyat Amaununam Dehinam Iha Manada Narayana Khila Guru Yatkrita Materidrishi. Translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Uddhava said, O respectful Nanda, certainly you and Mother Yashoda are the most praiseworthy persons in the entire world, since you have developed such a loving attitude toward Lord Narayana, the spiritual master of all living beings. Purport. Understanding Nanda's mood as expressed by his statement, Manye Krishnam cha Ramam cha Praptav iha surottamam. I think Krishna and Rama must be two exalted demigods. Uddhava here referred to Krishna as Lord Narayan. Hari Bol. So Vishwanath Thakur mentions here that among all the praiseworthy devotees in the world, Vasudeva and Devaki are especially so, but you two are most praiseworthy because of the superiority of your prema. Nanda already said in the verse 23 that he knew Krishna and Balaram were gods. Knowing that Nanda appreciated Krishna's lordly aspect, Uddhava describes Krishna in this verse as Narayana, the Guru of everyone. He does this to emphasize Krishna's power and to sympathize with Nanda and Yashoda's sentiments. So the Uddhava is speaking this verse and glorifying the good fortune and praiseworthy, how you two are praiseworthy. Why? Because you have developed loving attitude, this mentality, this Matihi. What kind of mati? Your attachment to Krishna. Because we discussed in the last few verses also, dhi, anurakta dhi. Their heart, their mind, their intelligence, their mentality was completely absorbed in Krishna. So that is the most praiseworthy thing. The success of life is not in the degrees and the reputation and the power and the prestige and the money and what all other things material world may promise. The success of life is in the mentality of loving devotional service towards the Supreme Lord. That's what Uddhava is mentioning, and that's what he's glorifying. Nanda Yashoda, that you have that in great abundance. Therefore, you're the most praiseworthy persons in the world. So if anyone, this is a great lesson for us also, if anyone has developed this loving devotional service attitude, we should certainly respect that person because they are devotees. Who is devotee? One who has devotional sentiment towards the Lord. Now, that sentiment could be 1% developed, 10%, 50%, or 100% developed. That's a detail, and we're all in the journey. But certainly, those who have higher devotional sentiments deserve a lot more respect and veneration because they are pure. They are very mature. They are paripakva bhakta. They are mature in their devotion. Nonetheless, we should respect everyone. Respect everyone. What's that famous quote? Respect everyone. Have few confidential. Yes, Mataji. Yeah. Have few confidential associates where you can open up. Share your heart with a selected few and follow one. Okay. Any other thoughts, comments? Someone was sharing something. I'm sorry.
I was just thinking of that respect everybody, everyone, but don't expect anything from them in return. Yeah.
Yes. What's that verse? Where does that verse come from? You know?
Yeah, I forgot to see that one. Nice verse.
Namani namani dena.
Kirtaniya Sadahari.
Nadapi sunichina tarvarivas.
Sarishna Amaniya Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari.
Very nice. You want to read next verse?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, please.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranams, Prabhuji. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Etau hi vishwasya cha bijayoni Ramo Mukundha Purusha Pradhanam Anviya Bhuteshu Vilakshanasya Jnanasya Chesata Imau Puranau. Can scroll to here. Translation and purport by Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. These two lords, Mukunda and Balaram, are each the seed and womb of the universe, the creator and his creative potency. They enter the hearts of living beings and control their conditioned awareness. They are the primeval supreme. Purport. The word vilakshana means either distinctly perceiving or confused, depending on how the prefix is that 6, Prabhuji?
No,
6
B.
is what
Prefix
is
B.
is understood in context. In the case of enlightened souls, vilakshana means perceiving the correct distinction between the body and the soul. And thus, Lord Krishna, as indicated by the word isate, isate, isate. Is it isate, Prabhuji?
Ishate.
Ishate guides the, thank you, Prabhuji, guides the spiritually advanced soul. The other meaning of vilakshana, confused or bewildered, clearly applies to those who have not understood the difference between the soul and the body, or the distinction between the individual soul and the supreme soul. Such bewildered living beings do not go back home, back to Godhead, to the eternal spiritual world, but rather achieve temporary destinations according to the laws of nature. It is understood from all Vaishnava literature that Sri Rama, Balarama, here accompanying Lord Krishna, is not different from him. Being his plenary expansion, the Lord is one, yet he expands himself. And thus Lord Balarama is no way compromises the principle of monotheism. Hare Krishna.
Any thoughts, Mataji?
Balram and Krishna, Mukunda and Balaram. Krishna and Balram, they are from the same womb, but can you share the screen, Prabhuji?
Yes, certainly.
But they enter they control all the conditioned souls. And I wanted to know more detailedly about Vilakshana, Prabhuji. That is, I understood that they have given me confused or bewildered. And I also understood about the individual soul and the supreme soul, because individual soul is that is Atma, and the supreme soul, that is the supreme personality of Godhead. And then those who think of that they are equal, they are not eligible to go back. That one I understood, but I just wanted to enlighten me more about Vilakshana, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Itau, these two, ये दोनों, ही विश्वस्य बीजम. विश्व के बीज हैं. They are the seed of the universe. In Damodar prayers also we see that, right? My obeisance to the rope to your belly. Namastestu dhamnestu vishwasya dhamne. Tvadiyodarayatha vishwasya dhamne. From your belly, actually, the whole Vishwa is coming, right? Where does Brahmaji come from? From whose
From
belly?
the navel.
From the navel of?
Narayana. Garbhodakashayi Vishnu.
Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. Very nice. So Karanodakashayi Vishnu, then Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, then Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. So he is the seed. Aham bija pradapita. He is the seed giving father of everyone. What else? Rama, Mukunda. So Balram and Krishna. Then they enter the heart. Aniviya bhuteshu. They enter the heart of every living being. Bhagavad Gita talks about it in multiple places. Can anyone share? They enter the heart of the living beings, so they're present in the heart of the living beings.
15:15 Prabhu, sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishto mattha smritirjnanam apohanam cha vedesya sarvarahmaiva vedyo vedanta krit veda videha.
Very nice, 15:15. Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishto. I'm sitting in the region of heart. In the 18th chapter also, very similar verse come. That I am present in the heart of all living beings. And what do I do? Vilakshanasya. So it has two meanings as mentioned here, depending upon how the prefix V is used. Like Sanskrit is a language where one word could have multiple meanings, right? Like even in the Bhagavad Gita, if you remember, Duryodhana says that their army is apraptam. You remember this discussion or this in the chapter 1? That their army is apraptam. Apraptam word is used. It has two meaning. Like from the opposite prapti, it's not prapt. It is insufficient. It is incapable. They have much less number strength. But from a spiritual lens, it is apraptam. It is amazing because Kṛṣṇa is on their side. Similarly, here, vilakshana, the word is used. So, those who do not understand the spiritual science, non-devotees, it's very, very confusing, very bewildering. This knowledge, vilakshana jnanasya, this is very, very bewildering, confusing. Those who do not understand the difference between the body and soul, those who think, oh, I'm the body, life is meant to enjoy, live life king size, work hard, party harder, khao piyo moj karo. Such bewildered beings do not go back home, do not, but punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, they vilakshana, they are confused. But those who understand that, those who understand Kṛṣṇa is present in the heart, that Lord becomes the guide to the spiritually advancing soul. Those who perceive the correct distinction, those who are not spiritually blind, those who read, hear Shastra through bona fide authorized teachers and books, they have a different destination. Their destination is back home, back to Godhead. One path leads to ignorance, hellish life. One path leads to light, knowledge, clarity, wisdom, bhakti, devotion. So that's the two meanings of vilakshana, the two paths. Does that help, Mataji? Is that clear?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Got it.
Thank you, Mataji. I'm just repeating. You are following. So there is more detail here by Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur. The material universe may be considered real, having nature as its only original ingredient and final state. The Mahavishnu is the resting place of nature, which becomes manifest by the power of time. So Uddhava said, entering as the indwelling supersoul within all the beings, they control the living entity whose knowledge is separate. They mercifully grant knowledge of the personality of God Bhagavan to the devotees. Tesham yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. Next line.
Dadami buddhiyogam tam ene mam upayanti te.
Very nice. Which verse?
That is Bhagavad Gita, the Chatushloki, Prabhuji?
Yes, 10.10.
10.
I give them the knowledge by which they can come to me, those who are devoted. Satata yuktanam, those who are doing bhajana. Even in the Bhagavatam, so here we see the vilakshana, those who are able to perceive, I am Krishna's part and parcel, I am the servant of God. That's my real identity. Das Chaitanya Das Moi Chaitanya Das Chaitanya Das Moi Dasaranu Das. Jivara Swarup Hoy Krishna Nitya Das Krishna Tathas Shakti Bheda Bhed Prakash. We are the eternal servant of Kṛṣṇa. That's real identity. In the Bhagavatam also it's mentioned, Kṛṣṇa says that you will be favored by me because your inquiries, everything about my glories which are known to the Parabrahman will manifest in your heart. You'll know everything about me. So that is the understanding of those who are able to perceive Vilakshana, perceive the presence of the Lord in their lives. And how do we do that? How can we perceive the hand of God? By the Nanda Bhakti process, by trying to, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Sangha, Swadhyaya, Seva, Sadhana, Sadachar, 5S. Okay, let's read further. Yes, Mataji? Anyone else wants to read? Yes, Mataji.
यस्मिन् जना प्राणवियोगकाले क्षणं समावेश्य मनो अविशुद्धं निर्हित्य कर्माशयम् आशु याति परां गतिं ब्रह्ममयो अर्कवर्णाम् तस्मिन् भवन्तावखिलात्महेतौ नारायणे कारणमध्यमूर्तौ भावं विद्धतां नितरां महात्मन् किं वावशिष्टं युवायो सुकृत्यम्. Translation by the disciples of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Śrīla Prabhupada Ki Jai. Anyone, even a person in an impure state who absorbs his mind in him for just a moment at the time of death, burns up all traces of sinful reactions and immediately attains the supreme transcendental destination in a pure spiritual form as effulgent as the sun. You too have rendered exceptional loving service to him, Lord Narayan, the supersoul of all and the cause of all existence, the great soul, who, although the original cause of everything, has a human-like form. What pious deeds could there be required of you? Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very well. Thank you, Mataji. This verse reminds us of any verses from Gita or Bhagavatam.
Antakale cha mameva Prabhuji.
Very nice.
Yes.
What's the full verse?
Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalebaram yaprayati samadbhavam yati nati astra samshaya. So at the time of leaving this body, if you remember me, you will definitely come back to me. In this, there is no doubt, Kṛṣṇa is assuring.
Very nice. Which verse? Number?
Number, no, Prabhuji.
I think it's 8.5 or 6. 6 is or, 8th chapter. I think it's 5th or 6th. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tejati anta kalevaram tam tameveti kaunteya sudatad bhava bhavitaha. So 5 and 6, these two are, this chapter 8 is, the acronym is death. So whatever state one remembers, even for a moment, who was the one who absorbed his mind for a moment at the time of death? The famous person.
Ajamila Prabhuji.
Ajamin.
Jamil?
I think the name.
Jamil is not in fully absorption. And his death didn't come at that time. Like it came, but it went back. Khatwanga, the famous Khatwanga principle.
Kṛṣṇa Muni.
He held the demigods in a war. They asked, "What do you need?" He said, "How much time I left?" One moment. He went back to the earthly planets, absorbed completely, and back to Godhead. So absorption, Kṛṣṇa, immediately attains spiritual transcendental destination. Kṛṣṇa. And so they are saying here, Uddhava is saying that if anyone, even for a slight moment, remembers Kṛṣṇa, what to speak of you? You too have rendered so much devotional service, right? This is like if Putana, who came to kill Kṛṣṇa, did indirect devotional service of feeding milk. Intention was to feed poison, but she came in the disguise of a mother with impure intentions. You too had pure intentions, not for a moment or two, but throughout your life. So in short, Uddhava is encouraging and supporting and pacifying, consoling that you are very, very glorious. In short, your glories have no bounds because you have been lovingly serving Kṛṣṇa. Anya Bilashita Shunyam, without any selfish motives. So, Ahobhagya, you are very, very fortunate. The word Sukrityam, required pious activities, indicates nothing. Nanda and Yashoda, nothing remains to be done for them. But for Kṛṣṇa, there remains the work of consoling and pacifying them and being obedient to them. So here Kṛṣṇa had sent this messenger, Uddhava. Any other thoughts, comments here? Okay, let's read more. Next verse, 34. Anyone wants to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I can read Prabhuji.
Yes, please.
Agamishyat adhirghena kalena vrajam achyutah priyam vidhasyate pitror bhagavan satvatam patihi. Translation and purport. Srila Prabhupada disciple, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Infallible Kṛṣṇa, the Lord of the devotees, will soon return to Vraja to satisfy his parents. Purport. Here Uddhava begins to deliver Lord Kṛṣṇa's message. So here the message comes that Kṛṣṇa will come back. So he is assuring parents that don't worry, he will come back. Thank you, Prabhuji.
The Lord of the devotees. So the word used is Satvatam Patihi. He is the master and the protector of the devotees. Our dear child Uddhava, I have heard that you are very intelligent, and now I see you're actually foolish because you're praising us. Alas, alas, who else would let such a wonderful son, full of good qualities, leave his home and go elsewhere? Who is there in the three worlds more unfortunate and degraded and miserable than us? So, otherwise, thinking like this, anticipating this statement from Nanda, Uddhava replies this verse. Achyuta, he never breaks his promise. So the word used here is Achyuta, who never Chuta, who never falls in keeping his promise. So he has promised, yes, he is going to return. We'll come to Raja soon. And he is Sattvatam Pati, the protector of the Yadus, or the great devotees. Krishna will stay here Priyam for your satisfaction and fulfill all of your desires. This is what Uddhava is saying here. That was the message Krishna had given to tell the Brajavasis that I'm going to return. That's the message he is giving in a very, very intelligent way. See, this is also a great skill which needs head and heart to console others, to pacify others, to help others, to serve others when they are in a difficult time. And one devotee was sharing that if you help someone in their difficult time, they'll always remember you. We don't help because that's our agenda, that they should always remember us. That's not the agenda. But the point is, we help, or we should help, because that's the right thing to do. Paradukha dukhi, that's a Vaishnava mood. To help others. Why did Prabhupada come to US? To help, to serve. And these days, many people are going through many challenges. Health issues, job issues, family issues, relationship issues, money issues. And that's the nature of this world. Dukhaliyam shashvatam. But we can't just say, oh, it's the nature of this world, so your suffering is pretty normal. No one wants to hear that, but we can take some lessons here and learn to be a good counselor, good mediator, good friend, good well-wisher, brother, sister, and empathize, sympathize, listen to their concerns, acknowledge their feelings, don't negate their feelings. And then you will notice that their heart will open and they will take the pure message of bhakti also. And even many times devotees also will go through all these ups and downs. They'll also feel the pain. So this mentorship, this Vaishnava care is all about this. To help them, to serve them as per time, place, situation, with the right words, with the right mood, with the right intent. Any thoughts, comments here? And the most important thing, I've attended many seminars and trainings on this topic. The most important thing in Vaishnava care is to genuinely empathize, to genuinely try to understand. Often people are not looking for solutions, and we may not even have all the solution. We may not have all the magic recipe. Like if someone lost their job, can you give them a job tomorrow? Right? I mean, that's probably not the solution, because you are not a multi, a CEO of have your own company. Okay, you lost your job, come to my company. Neither you have 10,000 contacts. Okay, I'll tell my friend, he'll hire you. We are also in the same boat. So what can we do? It's not that often, like if someone lost their job, then you can give them job tomorrow, or you tell your friend, okay, hire him. That may not be the solution, and that's totally fine. Often the solution to the problem is not solving the problem, as we were discussing in another forum. It often means to just genuinely try to understand and empathize. That's care. That's heart-to-heart connection. Genuinely hear, oh, we're going through this. You can imagine it must be quite hard. Tell me what are you concerned about? Right? So first, let the emotions come through, and then they'll open up, they'll feel comfortable. Then you may ask, let them figure out the answer. So what are you planning to do now? What are your next steps? They may say something. They may say, well, I'm totally lost on this. Okay, but genuinely, and Kṛṣṇa will give us the right words, the intentions, the mood, the understanding by which we can help and serve. But this is no easy thing to do. This is quite hard, easier than it sounds. And I'm speaking for myself. In His Grace Nityaṁ Prabhu, I was attending a class by him, who is a ISKCON communications head or in charge, Ministry of Communication. He was giving this class. He said most people think that they are good listeners. Sorry, most people think that they are good communicators. They communicate decently, but majority are not at the level they think they are. And many think they're good listeners, and only a few, much less than even the communication, much less percentage are good listeners than those who think they are. So in short, and you see, bhakti is all about Shravan and Kirtan, is it not? So this is also Shravan and Kirtan, hearing properly and giving proper response. If we can work on these two skills, what to hear, what not to hear, what to speak, what not to speak, when to hear, when not to hear, whom to hear, with whom not to hear, what to speak, what not to speak, where to speak, where to stay pause. These are very, very important and required skills which need both head and heart. It's not just heart, it's not just head. It's a healthy combination. To be a good mediator, counselor, caretaker, friend, mother, father, any role, leader, because we use these two faculties the most, is it not? Almost all the time. And this is how we communicate the most. We may, yes, communicate through our eyes a little bit, right? But mostly, how do we communicate? Through eyes, through eyes or through mouth, like speaking or seeing, right? Speaking and hearing is the we use all the time. We may say yes, no with head also, like body language, but it's more through audio, speaking and hearing. Any thoughts on this? If you want to serve someone, if you want to really understand, try to put yourself in their shoes. Try to understand their needs, interests, and concerns. Remember this: needs, interests, and concerns. We all have needs, interests, and concerns. But when we fail to understand other person's need, interest, concerns, and we try to jump on ours, then there's a gap in the communication. Someone's need interests could be like, oh, I'm very uncertain about the visa and the job. I said, oh, forget about it. But I got my green card last year for everything. I have a nice job. I started my business also. So and even with kids, if you really want, like, try to understand their needs and concerns and interests. What is important to them? And when both parties try to understand each other's needs, interests, and concerns, that will be excellent relationship, excellent dynamics. Any thoughts here? Just sharing some thoughts which were coming from the communication class which I recently attended. Is this making sense, or is it a little too much technical or irrelevant, kind of? Radha Mataji, any thoughts? Sharma Mataji?
Hare
Yes.
Krishna. Yes. No, Prabhuji, very wonderful, Prabhuji. I was hearing, it's really amazing, like sharing our feelings and things with devotees. So the guidance will really definitely helps to come out of our thinking, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
What are the needs, interests, and concerns of new people who are coming to Krishna consciousness or trying to come to Krishna consciousness, so that we understand how to serve them appropriately? You help me understand. So, like, keeping our audience in mind. So the audience is new people who are, like, they may not be chanting, they may not know what's ISKCON. You tell me, like, they're like maybe young adults in 30s, 40s. They may have kids, right? They may have work. So that's our audience. Now, you think of some, like, we're doing this exercise. You think of some needs, interests, concerns they may have. I'll help with one, like, let's say, kids upbringing, right? For young parents, kids upbringing, right? Is that a concern? Needs? Okay, now you give me some more. Try, everyone try. It's not that hard. Are you following?
Yes, Prabhuji. And then if they are hesitant, so we have to encourage them by giving Bhagavad Gita or giving prasadam.
I think you're jumping to solution. I'm trying to understand what is their need.
Need.
Yeah, you are jumping more to how to solve that
Solve
need,
the problem.
but I'm talking what is their need, right? Their need is that my kids should get good upbringing or values, right? Like, all parents have these needs, especially those who are coming to a spiritual circle or keen to come to a spiritual circle. What else? Their own, like, family values, personal growth in terms of friendship and community, right? We all need that. Is it not? Concerns could be like safety. Their kids should, play in a safe environment and where it's non-judgmental. They can be comfortable. Concern safety. Work side, their concern is always job visa, especially for Indian people. Job visa uncertainties. It's a concern. Relationships. These days, this is a common, husband, wife, in-laws, parents, kids, relationships. So strengthening relationships. So now you see if you can somehow solve some of their needs, right? And these are not a fully exhaustive list, right? This is just some. Then they will, and some people like this may be like priority number one for some, like this may be priority number one for some, this may be priority one. No individual is same. So now if you see, while talking to them, while helping them, while serving them, if you can, understand their needs and help them to understand how Krishna consciousness is going to solve their needs interest. WIIFM. What is in it for me? Everyone wants that. No one comes to Krishna consciousness like, only 1% they may come for like pure bhakti. They may come for good food, safety, community, kids, education, many other things. Oh, I may get good job. Someone say, I'll get a good marriage proposal here. Of course, those who are already married, their need should not be that. But many come for that. So if we can cater to some of their needs, now so we don't have to cater to all the needs. But if some we can cater, then our preaching will grow. I know this may sound a little bit more preachy and community development, but all of you are leaders in some way or the other. You're serving, you're preaching, you're sharing Krishna consciousness. And this is also like in interpersonal, like you're talking to your husband. I'm sure, there are always some um, kind of, you can say like, you are saying something he doesn't get, he's saying something you don't get. So try to understand what is his needs, his interest, his concern, and where is the communication gap happening. So when you understand his needs, you will see your communication will improve and the conflict will go down. Where is that person coming from? What they speak is only the tip of the iceberg. The needs, interest, and concerns are all this area, which is often hard to communicate. But we have to try to uncover that and see how we can understand their needs, interest, and concern. This is very, very like powerful thing if we, and it's going to take some time to practice and learn. I'm also trying, but this is powerful thing. People may pay hundreds and thousands of dollars and go to corporate seminars to understand this. But this is, very, very powerful. So please please try to practice this in your life. And you will see your communication will improve drastically. Your relationships with others will improve because you are trying to understand their needs, interests, and concerns. Basically, where are they coming from? Like someone is like yelling at me. Why did you come late? Why are you always late? Right? That's just a tip of the iceberg. Hmm? Like, for example, Shri Mataji says that to me. Like she has a program at the home And I came late. I told I'll be there at 4:30. Now it's 5 p.m. So I'm just trying to read between the lines. And she is not very happy with me. And she said, Prabhuji, why are you so late? So what's her need, interest, and concern here? This is the first time she's hosting the program. She was worried how the program will go. So I try to understand the feelings. Oh, you were worried and you didn't want people to get a wrong impression about ISKCON, that ISKCON people are late, they don't start on time, right? So this is all beneath the iceberg, which the person may not communicate. They were feeling worried, they were feeling concerned, they were feeling anxious, they were feeling about how the program will go, how people may start like leaving, the impression it will have on the people. There's a lot beneath the iceberg or beneath the surface. And when you acknowledge those feelings rather than deny, oh Mataji, why are you making a big show of this? It's okay, 20 minutes late. So what did I do? I just denied her and didn't acknowledge her feelings. Don't make it a big show of this. That's fine. It's not the end of the world. Will you feel happy? I don't think anyone feel happy. But you say, oh Mataji, I understand I am late. I understand you were really worried about the program starting on time and people should not get a bad impression. And then she'll say, yeah, exactly. And when you get those hints, yes, exactly, absolutely, yes, that means you're able to get what they had in mind, and that's a good sign. You're acknowledging their feelings. That's a good sign. I don't know how I got into this conversation, but let's take some thoughts. Any thoughts before we wrap up?
Prabhuji, very important point. I feel that dismissing emotions in children is something that we should consider very seriously. Like children in USA, in the schools and daycares, they teach children to recognize and identify emotions, which is something that I had never heard in my childhood. Like in India, they don't teach that. But here I have also realized that it is very important, especially in children, as parents, to recognize their emotions, to identify their emotions and not dismiss them, and to help them cope with emotions in a calm way.
Very important. Yes. Yeah, we should ask them, how are you feeling today? How was your day? Understanding our feelings also. It's initially it would be hard. This is the whole thing in the non-violent communication, which we took class last year. It's very, very important, and we're going to talk that in the youth seminar also. These are very important skills which are not taught, and these are life skills. Thank you. Any last comment? ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्-भागवतम पुराण की जय, जगद्गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः।